Trust we are having a great day. My name is Olajide Poopola from Ahura AI. So Ahura AI is a company that's into artificial intelligence in California. So we are here today to share with you how you can integrate artificial intelligence into your activities, mid-level, high level, and low level. Are you with us? Are we together? All right, thank you. So, media, can you go to the first slide? The first slide. That is not the first slide. Then the next. Yes. So, we'll be talking about the challenges female farmers, youths generally, the challenges they face. Even though we understand that the challenges are quite much, but we'll try as much as possible to see where from. Hello? Okay. So we understand the challenges the youths and the female farmer face. It's quite much, but we'll try as much as possible to start resolving them one step at a time. So we've put together a couple of challenges we'll start with. First off, we have untapped market. So we understand the fact that there are limitless opportunities around the world. And it's very important we all take advantage of that opportunity. So I'll start by making reference to a young lady I came across on TikTok. She makes Gary. I don't know if you've seen it. Anyone here? She has a TikTok account. She makes Gary and she goes live. So she shares the process of this cassava flake creation with the audience. People from the US, people from the UK, they join a live session on TikTok. So she was able to reach out to thousands of people around the world, exports based on a live stream only. So if you are a youth, if you're a farmer, and you are yet to understand how these platforms can influence your engagement as a farmer, we will be opening you up to opportunities virtually and online. So the first thing I will want everyone to note down is the fact that you can actually get global connection and contact by engaging virtually with your audience through social media platform. That's the first thing. Then number two, we have economic stagnation. It's also a fact that most farmers are limited in terms of funding. But there's a huge news I've bring to you all. There are international collaboration offer that is up for local farmers. Those that are interested in collaborating with foreign organizations might be an elderly woman that is into maybe cocoa farming, and she wants to share her experience, her journey with an institute. They can make provisions for funding for her to create tutorials, to create lessons for this international student. So they will pay her to do research, organize research, equip her, not just for the elderly only. Might be a youth also. A youth, if you are interested in international collaborations, maybe you want to collaborate for research, we can also provide that opportunity where you get to engage with a foreign entity while you get funding to undergo a research project in any farm produce. Then also we have a major challenge, which is inability for the youths to understand what artificial intelligence is and to be able to use it. So if I want to ask a question, if you've experienced drought and it has affected your yields in the farm, can I see your hands up? Okay, I'm seeing just one person. So are we saying we've not experienced drought and it has not affected our business in any way? Any other person? Okay, so what if I tell you, using artificial intelligence, you can make it rain when you want? Would you believe? Oh, you don't know. I'm telling you now as a fact, with artificial intelligence and robotics, you can make it rain. This is not juju or this is science. This is pure science. You can make it rain when you want. So I don't know if we all here are conversant with online engagement. there is this news in Dubai. A while back, they were involved in a technology called cloud seeding. So if you heard of Dubai's flooding, let me see your hands up. Did you hear about? Yeah. So we all understand that Dubai used to be a desert, right? So in order for them to get water, they had to undergo some procedures, which led to flooding. So they said too much of everything is not good, right? So, and as Nigerians, we understand that very well. So even if we'll be taking advantage of that technology, we won't make it too much. We'll try and manage the situation so it doesn't lead to something we don't want. So yes, using artificial intelligence, you can solve drought issues, you can increase your yields, have more than enough water, and no more issues with farming based on season. So, and also, thank you. And also, still on digital engagement. So we can actually create tools for female farmers, training tools. Please, media, next slide, please. All right. So still on the media age. So talking about modern farming techniques. So we've gone past the age of just depending on the soil only to farm. So we have so many equipment, so many items which are quite expensive that you can learn about and start making use of them. So like I said earlier, there is an opportunity to collaborate with a group of people to get funding, to get the equipment you want to advance your engagement. That's number one. Then number two, after you initiate the collaboration, you will undergo a training on how to use these equipment so you can have enough of an handle on them. So that brings us to digital literacy, still on the training, and also business acumen. So let's say you have identified a particular organization you want to collaborate with. The next question they are going to ask you is, what do you want to do? They won't just hand over a mic to you and you start talking. No, it has to be like in the form of presentation. And I understand that it can get a little bit technical. Let me ask this next question. Is there anyone here that can write a quotation in dollars or in euro? Anyone? No, aside from our esteem. Any other person? All right, so it's very few. So during this training, you will understand how to communicate with foreign organizations, if not all, the few that are selected. You understand how to create, you understand what business acumen means. You understand how to draft grant proposals. You understand how to interact with organizations, how to seek collaboration. So that's that. Next slide, please. All right. So after the training, or perhaps during the training, we are going to introduce you all to a software. It's an AI system. So what this system is going to do is give you the opportunity to learn at your own pace. So let's say you have your farm produce. After your harvest, you have your produce, and you don't want to do business with the existing person you've been doing business with. Probably you decided that you want to make more money. Through this platform we are going to introduce to you, you can look for international partners or clients that might be interested in your product. That's that. And also, in the process of trying to sell these things, you can also ask questions on the type of processes and procedures and products that can be generated via your product. And also, still on the farming support, you can undergo personal training, ask questions relating to agriculture, to know more about latest equipment, latest collaborations, anything you want to do. Then cheaper farming equipment. We'll make farming equipment available for everyone. And also, breaking language barrier. I understand there are issues as regards communication. Some farmers understand Hausa, some Igbo, some English, and some local farmers have issues communicating or interacting or doing business in English. So with this software, you can learn by interacting with the software via your dialect. It is possible. And also, we have smart marketing. As stated earlier, you can make sales globally. And intelligent pricing. So this intelligent pricing is quite great because it will help you advance your decision making in terms of selling your product. So it's going to help you assess the request, assess the input, assess the value and worth and demand of your product globally, then suggest a price to you. That is what this intelligent pricing does. It's going to assess global engagement on your product and tell you that this is the value of your product. So if you were selling your product 1,000 naira, you will know it's time to start selling it 100,000 naira. So that is what this intelligent pricing does. Then also for enhanced financial access. So still using the same procedures and steps. It will open you up to opportunities to secure loans, grants, and all the rest of it. So that's the next slide, please. So yes, this is still relating to the training platform we mentioned earlier, the 24/7 support, adaptive learning experience, personalized content creation. So I believe we've all heard about content creation and all the rest of it, but we might not really understand how to monetize them. So let's say you're a farmer, you've been farming for 40, 20, 30 years, right? And you don't have like a digital presence. This is what you can do to actually gain traction. In collaboration with us, after the training, you will be trained on how to have your own dedicated content that can either be sold as a course to international institutions while you get royalties on them. And the beautiful thing is you can actually create these courses in your local dialect. There will be interpretation. So it's not limited to maybe a particular, in terms of the criteria, a degree, nothing is required. The only thing that is required is your experience. Yeah, so that's that about that. So, yeah, the next slide, please. Is that all? Next slide, please. Hello? All right, thank you. So, still on the technology phase. So, from boosting your engagement to training you, it's a combined benefit. You are going to get trained and you're going to make more profit. So, that's the whole concept. Then, breaking gender barriers, yes, it's going to advance in terms of collaboration, restricted access by certain parties, advising you against doing businesses with certain parties. Our platform will advise against that. So, next slide, please. Next slide, please. All right. So, same thing. Would want to engage with everyone here. So, these are the proposed steps. First, we have a workshop we're going to run you guys through. Then the next phase will be to introduce you to this software I just explained. Then the third part will be adoption, of course, the global adoption. So this is the stages. Stage 1, we organize a workshop. Stage 2, we test the softwares. And stage 3, we engage with national adoption. So the next slide, please. All right, next slide. All right, so thank you very much. I think that will be all for my presentation. Thank you. No, no, let me just. So this is the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can please. I have it. Okay. Yeah. I think you should give someone the mic. Get the lady. Please, nice to go fine.
Okay, so those are the only 3 questions we're taking. We have 2 here and has. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we'll keep to time. We're doing...
Can we have another mic up here, please? So while he reads the question, would I answer them? I think that's faster, right? Okay, so before we do that, let me read this first question myself, so you can get the mic and read the questions. All right. So the first, hello, one house, are we together? All right. So the first question I have here with me reads, how can it rain with artificial intelligence? So what this person is asking is, how can we make it rain? So I won't get too technical. I will just make it very basic. So what we are going to do is we will adopt drones technology, right? So, and what we are going to make use of is basic salt. I believe we all know salt, right? Just with a drone and some specific elements of salt, we can make it rain, right? We load this particular salt in a can, and then we deploy them into the air at a certain altitude. Then we release them for a dedicated amount of time. Then we'll wait. That's just the process. Though it's a bit technical, but that's just the whole simple procedure. It's not way too expensive. It's simple and straightforward. Yeah. Through the use of drones and salt. Yeah. So next question, please.
The next question is, using AI for rain propagation, will the technology be available to individuals to use at their own convenience? There will be a body responsible for handling it. I hope this is what the writer intended. But do you understand it, Olajide? Do you understand the question?
Okay, yeah, I understand the question.
All right, thank you.
So I believe what this person is asking is, this technology I'm talking about, can you own it as individuals, right? So that's the question. So, of course, but it depends on the size of your farm and your financial track record over the years. If your farm is quite big and the finance is there, of course, you can set it up. But if not, we will have a general use case whereby we can decide that there is a tour calendar. There is a routine we are following in collaboration with our esteemed leader. We will come up with a routine that's January, February, and categorize this engagement based on states, right? So we are using our key performance indicator. We identify key performance, most efficient farmers in each region. Then we engage with those individuals to deploy this technology. But if you're interested in a one-on-one grooming, probably you want to set it up yourself, of course, we're very much open to that. It's possible. Next question, please. Did I answer the question?
Yes.
All right.
The world is always advancing technologically. How can we get direct subsidized devices for auto irrigation and other fencing gadgets?
All right. I believe what the person is asking is, how can they have access to equipment and gadgets to farm generally, right? So, like I said earlier, if you're a farmer and you have the experience, you have the track record, there are organizations and institutions with specific needs. Some are interested in hosting events, agricultural events. Some are interested in research and development. Some are interested in other sustainability of seeds, preventing seeds from going into extinction, right? So different organizations with different goals. So if your goal aligns with their goal, they can collaborate with you, fund you, provide equipment for you, then you can get your equipment through that engagement. But before you do that, they will have to undergo the training first. we identify you as an individual before we now open you up to certain opportunities. Did I answer the question?
Yes.
All right, next question, please.
The youths in modern farming seek support.
Come again.
The youths in modern farming seek support and collaboration in getting reliable internet to improve security and upscaling. Is there something you have to say about that?
If I get the question right, the person is asking how to get internet access, right? Is that the question?
Yes.
Right? Internet access in your farm, right? So the question will be, what is the aim? Right? If it's strictly, if the question, okay, let me just help the person now. If the question is, this application I just presented, if you as a farmer, now I'm reframing the question, right? If we present this application, if we launch the application, if you as a farmer would want to engage with the application, but you have issues in terms of internet connectivity, like how can we help you resolve that? I think that's a better way to put the question, right? Okay, so, right? Is that a better way to put the question? Okay, so if that's the question, still on the old plan, still on the old routine, yeah, but no, I want to just come again, so just to make it clear. So still on the old plan, there will be opportunity for collaboration. And this collaboration will give birth to limitless opportunities for identified individuals. And how are we going to have these identified individuals? You must participate in this initiative we are introducing to you. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
The last question now. Youths in modern farming are also very interested in getting research facilities access to help improve seedlings and value chains of products. How can we get such access, and where are the research facilities?
All right, still the same one. We've answered it, but we're still coming in. So still the same process. You engage with this initiative we're introducing to you, then all of these things will be provided to you. Collaboration, equipment, training, engagement, all will be provided to you via the initiative we are introducing to you all. Is that clear enough? All right, so thank you, everyone.